changes. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel, and hopefully you guys can notice a little bit of an audio difference. I'm using this Rode microphone that I'm talking into. It's a little wireless, so let me know how the audio sounds as I'm talking normal, not while I'm moving it around. And we'll test that out. It can be done from distances, so I'll be able to provide you guys some more clean quality audio, hopefully, either from my iPhone or from the GoPro, which is gonna be awesome for out and about. Okay, so I wanna talk about drop shipping today because a lot of people ask me about drop shipping all the time, and you guys have a lot of questions as far as what is it, how do you do it, is it possible, can you make money, how much does it cost? All of these questions. So I want to cover drop shipping start to finish, especially with eBay kind of changing everything, and just give you guys my overall opinions. You don't have to agree with it, but this is how I feel about drop shipping. Okay, so drop shipping is essentially buying an item cheap on one platform and selling it for more money on another platform. So let's say that you're able to find this GoPro on eBay for about 150 bucks and it's selling on Amazon for 250 bucks. You would take pictures and descriptions and all the information. You would make an Amazon listing and price it at 250. Somebody pays you $250 and then you're gonna buy it from the eBay customer for 150, leaving you $100 because you've got your 250, you paid 150, and instead of having it shipped to you and then shipped to the customer, this is where the drop ship comes in. It ships from the place that you're buying it cheap. It bypasses you and goes right to your customer and you're done. So that sounds like a dream, right? You don't have to buy any inventory and bring it in and ship it out. And also, if you're buying from one platform and getting paid on another, that the money is instant, you don't even have to use your own money. So in that example, being paid by Amazon, the money's on a 14-day hold. If you don't know that, if you're not a seller, you wouldn't know that, but Amazon holds your 14 days. So you wouldn't be able to use that money to order it. But let's say that you sold an item on eBay for $200, and you got paid $200 and you found it over on Amazon for $100, and then you could immediately use the money that you were paid to finance that purchase and then have it shipped. You didn't put any money out and you didn't do any work, really? You didn't do any of the shipping or the handling? Dream, right? Absolute dream. That's what you would want to do. Well, beware, warning, there's a whole lot of bad. As good of a business model as that is, and I'm not disagreeing, and I currently do it on Shopify, but I don't do it like normal drop shipping. People do it between eBay and Amazon, Etsy, Shopify. They do it between any platform they can find a cheap item and a more expensive item and basically buy one and without, ever purchasing it, have it sold and then, pre-sell essentially, no risk. But there's a bunch of reasons why it's not good, why I don't like it. Everyone knows my opinion on drop shipping. Most of you do anyways. And there's a reason why I don't recommend anyone do it unless you know absolutely what you're doing and you know how it works and you don't get yourself in trouble. It can be a good business model in certain circumstances and situations. My situation, which I'll explain to you in a minute, is awesome. It works fantastic. But in most situations, it's not good, and there's a whole bunch of reasons why. Let me tell you why right now, because I got the entire list sitting right here. Okay, the number one reason that I am not a fan of dropshipping is because a lot of platforms are cracking down on it. eBay has almost thoroughly banned it, except for in certain circumstances. So you are not allowed to sell an item on eBay and then purchase it off of Amazon or any other platform or a store like Walmart or Target or Best Buy and have it shipped to a customer. If they find out you're doing that, they will suspend your account. Now, how do they know you're doing it? Well, one, when the item scans and ships out from somewhere that's not your zip code, I'm 33510 and I am buying the item to supply my customer from 90210, they're gonna know. They're gonna say, hey, this shipped from California, not from Florida. What happened? Why did you have that shipped? They're gonna know you're drop shipping, they're gonna flag it. That's one way they know. If you ship something to an eBay customer and it showed up in an Amazon box and they reported you, maybe you could get away with it once and say, well, that's just the box that I used. But if you had, routine behavior of that, again, it could cost your account. eBay only wants you drop shipping if you're buying directly from the manufacturer or from a licensed third party like a distributor or liquidator that has permission. So in other words, if I call up Yeti, they make all those cups, and Yeti says, hey, yeah, we'll love to for you to sell our product, not gonna happen. But if they did, And then I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and list 100 silver Yeti cups on eBay, and they start selling, and Yeti agreed to ship them for me every time one sold, that would be okay because it's direct from the manufacturer. So those types of things, or if you had a legitimate company with permission to liquidate and sell items that you're getting from, that would be okay as well. So eBay banning it, and I promise you, there's more platforms coming. Now here's another one with the Amazon side of it. Let's say that you are listing brand new items. You list a brand new camera on Amazon for $200, right? And then you find it on eBay for $100, and you're selling it, and you're having it drop shipped, and the money's no problem, whatever. And then Amazon comes to you and goes, hey, we need an invoice showing where you're getting your inventory. Boom, you are out of business off of Amazon pretty quick, almost guaranteed. So Amazon, could ask for an invoice and could ban you. So it's just another route that would cost you your account. So just be very careful. A lot of platforms, they frown on drop shipping. And now I'm going to tell you why they frown on drop shipping, because a lot of people are like, what's the big deal? It's a great business. It is, but there's a whole lot of flaws behind it. Here's some of the flaws. So number one is that you have no customer quality control. None. Zero. When this camera ships from over here, and this guy ships it to the customer over here, you never get to see it. That's the whole point of it. We're bypassing you, right? And so this camera is advertised as brand new, but he ships a used one, right? Or he says it's used good condition and it's all scratched and dinged up and destroyed. And then it shows up to your customer. Your customer doesn't know that you got it from someone else. They're gonna come to you and go, man, you shipped me junk. What is this, dude? Not good, right? You have no customer quality control. You have no product quality control over what's being sent to your customers. So you have to be very, very careful with that, because you're going to be selling something that you've never seen, that you don't know if that person's good. You'd have to build up a relationship with them, and then it becomes possible. Maybe you buy from them a bunch of times, you find out that they're good quality, and then you could drop ship from them. That might be okay, but you have to build that up because you have no quality control. Same thing with out of stock and canceled orders. Let's say that your person over here puts 100 up for sale, and so you go put 100 up for sale, right? And you're selling and you're selling and you're selling. All of a sudden you sold 50 or 60 of them, and they message you and they're like, hey, sorry, we're out of stock. We can't fill 10 of these orders. Boom, 10 cancellations, gone. You hurry up, you end the listing, but you still have 10 outstanding orders that have to get canceled, and now you're in huge trouble, especially if it's on eBay or Amazon. Big trouble with the metrics, can lose your account. They may say they have 100, but you're not there physically counting how many they have, and so overselling and canceled orders is a huge drop shipping problem. That's probably one of the biggest ones that I see all of the time. So the competition being way up. Drop shipping, all these people made videos about it, how-tos, they made courses, which of course caused the competition to go up, but not just the competition from all of those type YouTube people and all that, just competition in general from people that don't have any money. Think about if you wanted to be a reseller, but you didn't really have any money or any shipping experience or any of this, you could just start this business with no money and just start listing items for more money than you found them. And so people were doing that, and that drove competition up, no doubt about it. Then that goes along with saying, if anything is too good to be true, it usually is. A business where you have to put out no money, no shipping, no time, and you just sit back and make money, that's one of those like get rich quick almost, right? It takes way more than that. It's research and investing and time and effort. You don't just get rich quick. It doesn't happen. Yeah, some people did it. Some people made money, and some people are going to comment down below saying my brother's, sister's, boyfriend's dog's bodyguard drop shipped and made $1 million last year, and that's fine. People do it, and there's lots of different ways that it can be done, and I do drop shipping, which I'll explain to you in a second. But it's just not conducive, especially to newbies. It's just not a good idea. And finally, buying inventory in quantity can actually save you money. So let's take the camera again. Let's say that this is $100 and you're able to sell it for $200, right? But after fees and shipping, you're left with like $175. So you're making a $75 profit. Well, let's say you called this guy up. Let's say he really does have 1,000 cameras, right? And you're like, hey, I want to buy 200 of these right now. I'm going to take 200 of them. And he's at $100 a pop. And you're like, I'll give you $80 a piece for 200 right now. He's going to go, holy crap, perfect. You just saved like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 just by making a deal, right? You could save thousands of dollars in inventory and make more money by being able to bring that inventory in. But I know a lot of people don't have the money, they don't have the place to store it, they don't have the ability to ship it, they just don't have it, and so that's why they go drop ship. I swear to God, all of the people that message me that are complete newbie sellers or have no idea what's going on, the first question they ask me is, how do I get into drop shipping? Like, it's the bar none first question I always get asked. It's actually kind of annoying because that isn't their fault. It's not their fault that they think that right away. It's that they've been groomed to think that way because all they see are these drop shipping YouTube videos, and it's just, I hate it. I know some people might say that about some of our videos, but we're honest about buying stuff, shipping it, handling it, doing the work, not just sitting back and getting rich quick. It doesn't work that way. All right, the final reason that I'm not a fan of drop shipping is there's nothing like some good old-fashioned hard work to learn. You're not gonna learn anything by letting someone else do everything for you. You'll never learn the business. You'll never learn how to expand, scale, grow. You're not learning anything. All you're learning how to do is go click and put up an order and letting somebody else handle it. Along with that, I almost forgot one, is the whole trademark thing. Remember, when you're putting that listing up, you don't have the item in front of you to photograph or describe or any of that. You're just stealing someone else's description and photos and all that. That's not good either. Really not good, actually. And you can have stuff taken down or lose your account for those reasons, of course. That happens all the time. But you're not learning how the business works. You're not learning how to do anything. You're not learning how the ins and outs work. You're just being lazy. I call dropshippers lazy, and I'm a dropshipper on one platform. But again, I'm going to explain to you why. I think it's laziness. I think it's somebody who doesn't want to work but wants to make money, which is pretty common these days. So that's why I'm another not fan of dropshipping. Now, let's talk about my dropshipping and why it works for me and why I don't consider it lazy. So what do I do that's dropshipping? Well, perfect. My customer will call me up and tell me they have a box of 100 t-shirts. And they want $1.50 a piece, 150 bucks for the box, buyer pays shipping. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm gonna go over to my Shopify store and I'm gonna list this same box for 200 or 225. And if somebody buys it, I do have PayPal fees, Shopify fees, I'm gonna get to make $50 or $75. I'm gonna call up my customer and do exactly what we just talked about and say, hey, I got a buyer, and those of you that use my wholesale site know this, and I'm gonna send it over to them, and or they're gonna send it over to them for me, and I'm gonna pay them. So I get paid my $225, I send them their $150, I charge a 10% fee, which is normal for, consignment. In fact, I think that's really low because essentially what I'm doing is consigning it, and then they ship it over to my customer and we're all set, we're done. The reason that it's not lazy and it's good is because I am only able to do that because I built an audience, social media, YouTube, my email list, Instagram. I have all of these customers, and I have all of these customers that want to sell merchandise. And so I'm providing a service to sell it all for them fast with a small fee, and they get paid cash. My customer gets merchandise, which they're happy about being able to sell for a profit, hopefully, and I get to make a little bit of money in between. And so I've actually done all the work to market, to advertise, to build this list. I'm not just sitting back and taking somebody else's work and somebody else's listing, throwing it up and just making money off of it. This is all my work. And so I feel like it's a whole nother ballpark from what what a normal dropshipper would do. Not to mention, I go out and I hunt down all of you folks that have inventory to sell, and then I go out and I hunt down all of you folks that have inventory you want to buy. And so I'm actually still actively doing all of this work nonstop, and that's why my dropshipping, which is more kind of a consignment than dropshipping, but it is both, works for me and it works better, and it's on Shopify. But again, you have to have an audience or a following, people that you can push stuff out to. You could dropship. Let's say that you found these cool cables from China for $2 or $3, and they're legit and they work and they're good, and you put them up on a Shopify and you're selling them for 15. You could certainly do something like that. A lot of people do that. Just make sure, again, you have good quality, you have an audience. There's all kinds of different ways to do drop shipping, but I just wanted everyone to have the information and the warnings that it is a dangerous business model, and to know what you're doing before you do it. There are ways it can be done, and there are ways that you absolutely cannot drop ship, or you will lose your account, your business, and probably a little bit more. Okay, let me know how this audio just sounded in this video. I'll try to play it back before I do. I also bought some lav mics that I will try testing out in the next couple of videos. I wanted to test just that mic there. However, these lav mics are pretty cool. They just plug in, and this is like if I had an interview or something, you know, they clip it to your belt, this little thing, and then you plug it in, and then you run this up their shirt. And so just like you would see on like a TV show or something, like the news channel. So pick those up. Hopefully the audio is better for you guys. It'll definitely be better out and about around town. The little GoPro rig is pretty cool. Got an audio plug-in, the whole thing. All right, so there's Dropshipping 101. Enjoy it, guys. I do have clothing lots we're building, so we'll get those out. Watch my Facebook, Instagram, and social media for that. And until next time, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see everybody next time. Keep rocking, guys.